What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing H1Z1 in 2022. One of the very first Battle Royale games to ever exist. It was originally released in 2015 in early access on Steam, so it preceded PUBG and Fortnite by a few years, so it came out before those games. I'm not sure if there were any Battle Royales that existed prior to H1Z1, unless you want to count the Minecraft Hunger Games mod that really introduced most of the elements that we see in a modern Battle Royale game. But H1Z1 really was a pioneer in the video game industry, was one of the first of its kind. But despite how influential the game was and how popular it was back in 2015, 2016, 2017, it's not very popular today in 2022. You'll have a pretty difficult time finding matches online, and when you do find players, it's not a lot of people. The most I have ever had in a single game in years was like 10 people, literally. It's been that way since like mid-2019, I would say. It really started to decline in 2017 when PUBG was released, but it still had a lot of life in it because it was a free-to-play game, while PUBG you had to pay for. And PUBG was also not available on consoles at the time, while H1Z1 was. But with the rise of other free-to-play Battle Royale games, like Fortnite especially, and even Apex Legends, along with the eventual console release of PUBG, that was kind of the end of H1Z1. 50,000 people used to live here. Now, it's a ghost town. Now, that being said, I am not going to tell you that this game is not worth playing in 2022, like you would expect, because usually, if a game does not have a lot of players online, I would be like, hell no, I would stay the hell away from this game, because it's just a waste of time. You can't find anybody online, especially in a Battle Royale game where you have these huge-ass maps, only 10 players. That ain't gonna cut it. But there is one feature that H1Z1 has when it comes to accommodating for small players in a lobby that makes me say, you know what? This game actually is worth your time in 2022 and actually gives you a very unique experience compared to other Battle Royale games. That I would actually recommend you try this game out in 2022, especially if you're someone that's kind of getting tired of playing Battle Royales where you're spending most of the time just gathering loot for like 10-15 minutes and at the end you die. You know, that happens so often. But with H1Z1, it's actually one of the most fast-paced Battle Royale experiences that you'll ever have, and one of the most unique experiences that you can have for Battle Royale in 2022. Because what they do is that if there are a very small amount of players, the match will actually start with the map shrunk down to size. So as soon as the match starts, you get right into the action, and you can actually have Battle Royale matches that last only like 5 minutes. Sometimes even less than that. And that's what I find so cool about playing H1Z1 in 2022 compared to other dead Battle Royale games like Firestorm, where you have a similar number of people. You can find like 5 people playing Firestorm in 2022. But what happens is that you all spawn into this huge-ass map, and you're spending like literally 20 minutes just trying to find people. But in H1Z1, that's not a problem at all. You get right into the action, and matches end very fast. Faster than any other Battle Royale, except for maybe Fall Guys. If you want to count Fall Guys as a Battle Royale, I don't know if that necessarily counts, but yeah, you get the idea. H1Z1 actually is worth playing in 2022 because it's a dead game, and because the developers actually programmed the matchmaking to adapt when the game becomes dead, which a lot of games do not do. That being said, I'm very surprised that the game still has its servers online. I can't imagine Daybreak is doing very well financially in 2022. Not a lot of people are buying season passes or microtransactions in H1Z1. It's actually technically called Z1 Battle Royale, but no one fucking calls it that. People call it H1Z1 because that's the original name, but it actually was originally supposed to be a game that was supposed to compete with DayZ. That's what H1Z1 originally was supposed to be, and people donated to them and crowdfunded them, expecting that to be the game that they got, and then they're like, oh no, fuck you, we're doing Battle Royale instead. So that pissed a lot of people off, and really, I think the FTC, or whatever they're called, should have been involved and should have taken serious action against Daybreak, because that was some fucked up shit that they did. Promising to make one game and making a completely different one instead, and not giving people their money back. Yeah, so if Daybreak does go out of business, I'm certainly not going to shed a tear for them. But it's interesting that a game like H1Z1 manages to survive after all these years, while Hyperscape, a battle royale game that came out in 2020, and a game that I believe had a lot more players than H1Z1 did by the time it got shut down in April of 2022, that game lasted 2 years, and it was actually in a better place than H1Z1 was. But H1Z1's still hanging in there. Maybe not for much longer, but it's still kicking. It's in life support, but it's not completely dead yet. Because for a game to be completely dead, it has to literally be unplayable. Like, the servers have to be shut down. That's when a game is truly dead. But yeah, I actually enjoy playing H1Z1 in 2022 because of how fast the matches can be, like lasting less than 5 minutes, which is really what you don't get that in any other battle royale game. So I like how unique that is. It's much better for someone like me that doesn't just have hours upon hours to just waste on playing games all day. If I have like an hour to play games, I'm not going to waste it on playing like 3 matches of battle royale and barely getting into any action and spending most of my time just walking and running around trying to find someone. H1Z1, that's not a problem at all. Not to mention you're going to win a lot more games when you have less players than if you have 100 players, so it kind of creates a more satisfying gameplay experience where I actually have like a 1 in 5 chance of winning compared to a 1 in 100 chance. And as far as the actual gameplay, the core gunplay, and the all that stuff, yeah, I think it's still pretty good. Out of all the Battle Royale games, it definitely plays closer to PUBG than any of the other ones, so if you're not really into the whole PUBG gameplay, then you're probably not going to like H1Z1. If you're more of like a Fortnite player or an Apex player, you might find the gunplay of H1Z1 to be a little bit too stiff. And also there's no crossplay, so if you're on PlayStation, you have an Xbox friend or a PC friend, it's not going to really work out that well for you because you can't play with your other friends online, no crossplay at all. And actually, I don't even think there's an Xbox version of H1Z1. I think it's only PC and PlayStation 4. So if you're on Xbox or Nintendo Switch, then the game's not worth playing because you literally can't play it. But if you got a PC or a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5, because they're backwards compatibility, then I say definitely give the game a go. It's free to play, so you have nothing to lose except for hard drive space, but you could easily uninstall it if you don't like it. And like I've been saying, even though it's a dead game, it's actually fun because it's a dead game. And actually find myself playing more of H1Z1 than most other Battle Royale games in 2022. So I would definitely recommend it.